Introducing. You can use the Microsoft Phi-3 language model in ComfyUI. Of course, you can also use it for chatting. The advantage of its model is that it can be downloaded for free, installed directly locally. If you want to install it locally, you can search for Phi-3 chat in my notes to find all the installation tutorials. This is also shared by a great guide. If you don't want to install it, you can directly click on Canal Cloud. Just click on my image to own it. Have all your workflows in one click, ready to use. No need to worry about deployment and installation. Download models etc. Just use it directly. Of course, this language model is definitely not used for chatting. Of course, if you like chatting here, you can chat here. This is your input box. The bottom is to define him as your assistant or something. If you take him you want a doctor, you just define him as a doctor. Ask him doctor questions. No, ask him some questions about his condition. He will answer you. This is what defines him. Occupation or function. How do you understand it? Then here, let's introduce its function of generating pictures. Mainly the function of generating pictures. This is also the great guide. An open source plugin. Its advantage is that it can be used to optimize this prompt word. After the optimization, he had some problems converting so I hooked him up with a translator, automatically converted into English and connected to positive prompt words. In this way, he can perfectly polish a very ordinary sentence. Becomes very suitable for this live picture. Drawing. Hard to say. Anyway, it will improve the quality of your pictures. So this language model is still very good. The advantage is that it can be downloaded and installed locally. This is very important. If they are all API, you saw their face and you have to connect to the internet. Trouble. So this is very powerful. With the help of this large language model to optimize prompt words, the effect would be perfect. Sometimes our literary level may not be that high. So this language model plays a big role here. This is the language model. There is also an input box. The editor is at the bottom. Let him know how to optimize your prompt words. Just give him an explanation of the function. Let him go to work. A definition of. Just use one sentence. For example, suppose you are my assistant. Help me optimize the prompt words for Stable Diffusion. The word count should not exceed 200. That's it. And here we just show you Chinese. He will polish it based on your simple prompt words. Become very complicated. Translate it into English. Submit to positive prompt words, then generate it for the sampler. The result of this is picture quality. What is super perfect? Just optimize it by improving the prompt words. If you don't want to install, can open My Mirror. All of a sudden, you have all your own workflows with one click. It's like mine becomes yours online. You're an online ComfyUI. Then start with me. You can continue that at your own. Probably means after you click on it, it will become a copy of your own ComfyUI. It's just that I've already installed it for you. All these workflow deployments and stuff like that. You don't have to think about deployment and other issues anymore. Just use it directly. Of course, this is more complicated, because the latest COS XL model is used here. My workflow, here. There is also a simple one using Phi-3. What is this called? PHI bar is not called pin. The same thing is now used in this ordinary workflow. In fact, it refers to this block that loads its language model, and then his setting is defining his. Then enter the input box, which only shows that it is the result of optimization. Finally, it is converted into English and submitted to the positive prompt word, then submitted to the sampler to generate pictures. In this way, this very common drawing workflow can be. With the blessing of this large model, the effect will be doubled immediately. The parameters of this model I set here are the fastest generation method. So you can use this workflow to quickly generate it. Because running language models locally still requires relatively high hardware. So I myself also use the 4090 graphics card directly on it. Because my local machine can't run without a 4090 graphics card. This way, you can easily have a more perfect picture. It won't have the same effect as us, who just read a few words of prompt words. He is a very good and talented person. Rich text description. Okay, everyone can use it. My workflow. Try this. Plus large language model improves image quality. Of course, you can chat here too. But it makes no sense.